Hey, it's your girl, Butterpecan 9, coming back at you with another review of Real World Las Vegas, Episode 9. Okay, so I'm about to get right on into it because I don't have a lot of time, but this is how, it starts off, getting right into the hot scenes is, Dustin, he invites, his friends and shit over to the house, and they all having like a good time, and he's wanting to like, basically come clean and tell them about his past and stuff like that. And so at the same time, while he's doing all this, you have what's her name, Cook, all up on this one dude. She's like really feeling him like real tough, like, and so she's like, all up into him, and you can tell he's into her and stuff like that. But then they all go out, having a good time, drinking and stuff like that. And then so they go back to the house, later on that night, and basically she just sleeps with this dude, just now meeting him or whatever. And then meanwhile, while that's going on, you got Leroy and Naomi in the other room trying to have sex. And she's talking about how it's hurting and that, he got to stop, because it's not feeling right. And then so she goes out, out of the room, and she's in the bathroom talking to Leroy about what's going on. And she's saying that she's basically hurting every time, he's trying to have sex with her. And that even though without even having sex, she's still hurting. So she feels that Leroy has given her an STD. Plus, on top of that, her period's late. So she's thinking that she could be pregnant by Leroy. So, then Leroy, he's like, I don't know, he was acting, sort of like an asshole about it. Like, he ain't got nothing, and that, I don't know why, like, he was acting as if like, like I don't know why she's mad for, why she's, trying to, basically he was being an ass. So anyway, so she goes back and tells the girls in the house about her situation. She was like, well, you know, me and Leroy don't be using protection, so, I know I can understand if there's a chance that I could have something. And then so the girls are telling her, like about how Leroy has already said that, yeah, sometimes he starts off using a condom and then he takes it off, and then, just some shit like that. So then she's like, basically freaking out. So she decides that she's going to have to call a doctor to get down to the bottom of it. And so, she calls a doctor and everything, and, sets up an appointment. And then, it's so bad about her situation and stuff. But, she was like really worked up when it came to it. She left the house. I mean, like, just, I don't know, like she was ashamed or something. She had her head covered up. I was like, dang. I really felt sorry for her, but at the same time, you know, she really be using condoms for real, because it don't matter, how close you are to somebody or how well you think you know them. You really need to use some protection. And then, so then at the, the next couple of scenes or whatever, you know, they like having like this little get together. You got, what's her name, Heather. She's like, I don't know what in the hell got into Heather, but Heather and Cook eventually hooked up. And I was like, okay, Heather was the same chick, in the last episode, dogging Dustin about how he was with the gay porn, and then at the same time, she's at the house kissing all up on Nany, and I was like, what in the hell is really going on? I was like, I mean, it like threw me off for real, because I was like, she's being very hypocritical. So, Nany and and Heather, they like kissing, and I mean, like just going all around the house with it. Like they just can't, just be in one room and get it on. They gotta be like, just everywhere, just so that everybody can see it. And I really think Heather did it just so that she can get back at Dustin. You know, I think she's like very hurt by Dustin, and she thought that she can just get him back by doing this. And the next morning, you know, she's getting up wanting somebody to feel sorry for her. But you know, she was one who made those choices at night, talking about, you know, all, you know, me and Nany are horny, and you know, we just got, you know, some tension that we gotta relieve and whatever. And now the next morning, she's all upset and tore up about it, about what she did. So you know, Dustin, you know, he's thinking that, hey, being that she did that, you know, maybe there'd be a chance for them two to get back together. But then, you know, she, you know, tells him that, you know, she just can't turn off that switch because she did, you know, really care for him and stuff. But basically, I guess, you know, she don't want to be with him. So, you know, when he found that out, you know, they go out, have a good time, and you know, then all of a sudden, you already know Cooke already had her eyes set on Dustin from day one. So she moves in for the motherfucking kill. She goes in and she, you know, dancing with Dustin at the club, getting all up on him, grinding her ass all up on his dick and shit. And then, you know, getting him all aroused. And next thing you know, they, you know, in the back of the van, you know, making out. And so anyway, so you know, then I think later on, um, Naomi and what's his name, Leroy, ends up having a talk about the whole situation because she finds out, you know, that she don't have an STD and that she's not pregnant. And you know, he finally, you know, tells her that, you know, it's been bugging him the whole time because, you know, he's been worried about it because he knows that when he was back home, he says that he was using protection, but when he got to Las Vegas, you know, he basically just didn't give a fuck. You know, he just want to go out and just fuck whoever and deal with the consequences later. But now that, you know, he had that scare and that Naomi had that scare, I really think that they're gonna be more kind of cautious about who they, you know, fucking around with, especially Leroy, because he is a dirty ass dog. You know, he be up there just really bringing home some random ass chicks and just be fucking it. And now that he done had this kind of scare, I think he's gonna, you know, probably be more cautious about what he's doing, and hopefully he'll start using, you know, protection with these females, you know, because he was really sounding real stupid whenever he was trying to explain how he know he don't have an STD, talking about, well, I ain't got no rash, or it don't, you know, it don't it don't burn, it doesn't burn when I pee. You know, and I was like, man, I mean, that is really stupid to be talking like that because, you know, you're a grown ass man, and I know damn well you done had plenty damn sex education classes to know that STD does not have to have a damn symptom. You know, you can have something and not even fucking know it. You know what I'm saying? And then so, you know, and then like Naomi, she was talking about how, you know, he be pulling out, and then, you know, Nany tries to tell her, you know, pull out method, you know, don't work. You know, it only takes a few seconds for that shit to fucking get up in there, and then next thing you know, you know, you're pregnant. So yeah, this episode was really touching for those people who be out there, you know, thinking, you know, oh, I can't get nothing, you know, because I'm clean or whatever. But no, shit like it really does happen in the real world. So anyway, you know, that was basically what all happened on this episode of the real world. And you know, like coming up on the next episode, you know, the shit gonna go down between Dustin and Heather, because I guess Heather is gonna find out that Dustin has basically moved on with Cooke, and you know, she ain't gonna be feeling that. But hey, you know, you the one that chose that you didn't want to be with him no more, so you know, bitch, don't be getting all mad and shit now because he got his eyes on somebody else. Hey, that happens. You know, he ain't gonna be, he's, you know, why would Dustin keep on pursuing you and you don't want him no more? I mean, he's wasting his time trying to get you to get back with him. You know, he ain't got time to keep on fucking with you if you don't want him like that. You know, he'll find somebody else, and apparently Cooke is wanting him. So, you know, bitch, get over it. So anyway, that's all I have to say about this episode of Real World, and I will be back next week with another review. And peace.